Hey guys, how's it going? So, I will try not to move too much because this chair creaks. So this video is about my story with mental health, with healing, and how I found purpose in life. I am sharing this story because I am starting my coaching business. I like to call myself a mindset rewiring coach. I call my sessions talks with Tanvir because I want it to feel like a conversation. I help you develop clarity on what it is that you want, what your authentic expression looks like, what your purpose might be, and then we create actionable steps. I keep you accountable, so I'm more of an accountability partner and help you build that momentum going so you're able to do it for yourself. And I want to do this for others because I have done it for myself. My whole premise is to be the rose that grew from the concrete. So the concrete is our life, is our struggles, is our obstacles, and you want to come out of it as a beautiful rose because you deserve to live a life full of fulfillment, happiness, joy, and abundance. So I'm sharing my story so you guys know where I'm coming from. About to get real vulnerable once again. Let me start by sharing my why. So I want to help people because I don't want anyone to feel the amount of pain that I felt. And if I could lessen that even a little bit, then I will consider my job done. That is part of my purpose. My dharma is to heal myself and help others heal themselves through my movement, my words, my experiences, so we can all live a life full of fulfillment and abundance. That is my why. In the past, my mindset and my way of thinking and my beliefs, it sabotaged my life and my relationships and opportunities, and it blocked me from all of my blessings. I wasn't in a good place at all. This has been the case for as long as I can remember. I don't have very happy memories of my childhood. It's been very lonely. It's been very confusing. I never seemed to fit in anywhere. I never felt like I belonged anywhere. And on top of that, my life's experiences shaped the way I was living my present life. I deal with depression, I deal with anxiety, I had panic attacks for years on years, and I'll get into all that. I was a walking corpse at one point. I saw no purpose in life. I had suicidal thoughts, and the reason why I'm saying all this is because I went from having suicidal thoughts to finding my purpose. I went from hating myself to loving myself and knowing my worth. I continued to liberate myself from my trauma and to create the life that I want. There was a point when I wanted to end my life, and now I want to live until I'm 100, however long I can live. People often see my videos and they say, oh, you're so positive and you're so this and so that, and I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always this cheerful person. I wasn't always pleasant to be around, and that's okay. That's part of my story. That's why I want to come and help people, because I know a lot of us are in a lot of pain and we're going through a lot, and what we don't realize is that we have the power to change all that. So yeah, let's get into it. The depression, the anxiety, that really peaked when I had to start applying for university, because I did want to dance, but everyone around me told me I could not make it a career. So I listened because I thought they knew better. I went into architecture, and architecture is hard. In architecture is where my anxiety really peaked because I had panic attacks every week. I would make excuses to not go to class. I would find reasons to sleep in. I would find a reason to go to the doctors because I physically wasn't feeling well, but they never found anything because it was just anxiety and it was just depression, and they didn't tell me that. And I thought there was no way out because at that point, I wasn't allowed to change my major, and I thought I had to go through this for the next 3 years. I broke down, and my parents finally came around, and I switched to kin, and I was so hopeful. I'm like, okay, yes, I'm a personal trainer at this point, and I love fitness, I love movement, I love this is what I want to do, and then I can just dance for fun. And you know what? I didn't like it either. It did not help the depression. I was a walking corpse, guys. Like, I would not laugh at my friends' jokes. Not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't. I couldn't get out of bed. People would be like, Tanvir, why don't you go dance? And I wanted to, I couldn't. Or I thought I couldn't. So that happened, York went on strike, and then I decided to switch to psych. I can't remember if I switched before they striked or something like that. But I just wanted to get out of school because I had an epiphany that I wanted to dance. So I'm like, let me just finish school and then I'm gonna find a way to dance, because clearly that's what my body is telling me to do. I need to do it. And when I switched to psychology, is the first time I left a midterm feeling good about myself. And I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Okay. And that's just like one part of it. On top of that, I was dealing with other trauma from my past that was coming up in life and relationships and family and all that stuff. So this was my internal battle. I had so many breakdowns. I was crying all the time. It felt like such a battle. I felt so angry and I was so irritated all the time, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that I was feeling this way, because I know that that's not me, but that's what I was feeling because all of my emotions were suppressed. I wasn't dealing with them. One thing about me was that I refused to stay in that state. I knew there had to be a way out, because there's no way that this is just supposed to be my life. Maybe because of that thought, I found the people that were able to help me along the way, and I'm forever grateful for them. And I found the resources and the books, and Raz is actually one of the first people to introduce me to the law of attraction. So check her out on Instagram, she's super dope. And once I started coming across all these other people that have gone through similar things, and they were teaching me their ways, advising me on how they went through it, I was trying things out for myself. But most importantly, I was following my intuition. Like, I knew I wanted to dance, and that was calling me for the longest time. And it just kept bringing me closer and closer to my purpose. And at this point in life, my vision was not clear at all, but I knew it involved dance somehow. So following the breadcrumbs gave me some sort of hope. And I started to get closer to my purpose. I spent a lot of time alone. I went through heartbreaks. I cried. I laid in bed. I did nothing. I watched movies. I skipped dance classes. I did dance classes. I had panic attacks. I screamed. I would scream into my pillow. It's been a journey. But once I realized it was just my thoughts that needed to change in order to change my life, everything changed. And once I started practicing that and becoming more in tune with myself and more aware of what I was actually thinking, what I was actually believing, how much of it is my own beliefs and how much of it was my conditioning and my upbringing. And once I started getting information on all of that, I was able to change my thoughts, which in turn changed my reality. And I was able to save myself. Yeah. And within all of this, within all these struggles, I always had these urges to do these talks on Instagram because I just wanted to share whatever I learned, and hopefully it helped one person. And that was my goal. That was it. And that turned into talks with Tanvir. That became like a thing on Instagram, and that became a thing with my friends. And then that urge never really went away. Like, yes, I love to dance. That is my burning passion. But I also love to share, and I also love to help, and I also love to talk about my story because I went through something for a reason, and I know I'm not the only one going through it. So why not connect with one another and help each other through it? So that's where the whole Talks with Tanvir session came to mind. And within all this pain for myself, I developed a level of empathy and compassion and understanding. And I am now able to extend that out to other people and help them develop it for themselves and ask the questions and give them the prompts to help you self-reflect and figure out what it is that you truly want, because you are here for a reason. You are here for a reason, whether you believe it right now or not. And I think it is up to us to breathe life into that reason and give it to the world, because the world needs you. There is a space for you in the world that only you can take up. There is a space for you in the world that only you can take up. If someone else could have taken it up, that person would have been there, a duplicate, but that doesn't exist. Even twins are not even the same. Think about that. I just want to help you find that for yourself. I think you're definitely here to just live in joy, and if you're not doing that, then there's work to be done and we should get started. So yeah, I'm sharing this to help you guys understand that I come from a dark place as well. I come from battling demons as well. I come from tears. I come from being broken and shattered and having my heart ripped out of my chest and feeling dead on the inside and feeling lifeless and hopeless, not having a purpose at all. And if I was able to work through all of that to find my purpose, to find my calling, to find the silver lining in life, to find that life is beautiful, full of roses, then you can do that too. I will say this again and again and again. I went from having suicidal thoughts to wanting to live for as long as I possibly can. It's possible because I did it, so you can do it too. And just to be clear, I'm not trying to be a therapist. I'm not a mental health professional. I have my degree in psychology. I have my knowledge and my experience and my research under my belt. But in our sessions, we will not be addressing much of the trauma, but more so of where your current mindset is, what current beliefs and thought processes that you have, and how to change them, break them, or enhance them, because you might already be on the right path. So that is a part of my story. I'm very excited. Go to tanvirrose.com, book a session with me, message me if you're not sure if this is something you want to do or need to do. Yeah, book a talk with Tanvir. Let's help you develop some clarity in your life and about yourself, and create some actionable steps that will help you build the momentum and confidence to keep you going in life so you can bloom as a rose. Yeah, that is all for today. I will talk to you guys very soon.